In this week's installment of its In Focus series, CA Basketball visits Towson, where head coach Pat Skerry, along with longtime friend coach Tom Herrion of Marshall, has rallied the college basketball community to raise awareness for autism, a disorder they face within their families every day.
Owen is 4, he'll be 5 in February. He crawled at the right time, he walked at the right time. All those things you check off at the doctor's office, those were fine. It was just when we got to 18 months and he wasn't talking, we started getting concerned that there was something wrong. He was diagnosed with autism at age about 2.
I wasn't really willing to accept. I thought it was hearing or something like that, whereas when we found out, Kristen's thing was, all right, let's start attacking it right away.
Speech is probably the most difficult thing for him, and I think, but that's where we've seen tremendous growth from him.
Well, one of the big things that we need to work on is communication. And so helping him to help other people know what he's thinking and feeling and what he needs.
That's probably one of the biggest challenges for him because it can get frustrating if we don't know what he wants.
There's two goals. I mean, short term, can he get mainstreamed in class and go to regular school like everyone else, but also more importantly, jobs, future spouse, cars, own place to live, all those type of things. And I think because of all the research that's being done and all the work and early intervention, that's kind of the goal behind it. And I think it's input equals output. You hope that what you put into it's gonna equal what you want later on.
I think with every step that we take, with the different skills that he's learning, we're hoping that eventually that's where he will be.
Despite his condition, Owen has taught his father a thing or two and always kept a smile on his face in the process.
He's got an unbelievable and infectious smile and laugh and personality, and it makes you feel good being around him all the time.
Owen's struggles mirror those of the 1 in 81 children who are on the autism spectrum.
The big thing about autism is that it makes it so that it's hard for children to interact with other people, and it makes it hard for them to understand what other people are thinking and doing and what other people want them to do.
I mean, some states don't even have mandatory coverage for autism. $60,000 is what an average family spends, and I mean, a lot of families don't have an extra $60,000 sitting around.
It impacts a lot of lives. 1 in roughly 54 boys are affected by it across America, 1 in 80-something girls. It's not isolated to any particular region. It's a national, global situation that's got everyone's attention. And for me and Pat Skerry, it's obviously hit close to home.
We need to keep our eye out for autism so that we can give every child the chance to reach their full potential.
Then you got to embrace it and try to put everything in place to help your child, nurture that child to grow at his own pace or her own pace.
4 times a week at Kennedy Krieger Institute, 4 times a week at the Trellis School out in Hunt Valley, 3 times a week with the speech therapist. I mean, a lot of times when I get back at night, it's like he's tapped.
When the brain is really young, it's very malleable, it's very plastic, and so children learn better and faster.
Sometimes I wish we had more video of Owen prior to us moving here, and now, I mean, he's come so incredibly far with his language, with his eye contact, with his interactions with other people.
After witnessing their son's development during time spent in various programs, Skerry and Herrion sought to use their platform to raise awareness for a cause near and dear to them, so that other families with autism could gain the resources they've been fortunate to receive.
There might be some children out there that really need extra services, but maybe they can't get them because their insurance doesn't cover it, and that breaks my heart because I see what it has done for Owen and kids like Owen.
Because autism affects so many aspects of development, this is something we need to put on people's radar screen.
I started wearing the pin a couple of years ago just because I've got a platform, we're on TV a lot, and there's not enough awareness about autism and the prevalency rates today that exist.
We wanted to create some sort of level of awareness, and we thought no better way or no better vehicle to use than the landscape of college basketball.
We figured, hey, a Saturday, February, college basketball, there's 40+ games on TV. We've got some big-time superstars in our industry. To get those guys to wear the pin, we sent emails, Tom and I started texting them, and all have agreed to do it. It's gonna be pretty cool, and it's gonna get people talking about something that needs to be talked about.
Towson even enlisted the help of Under Armour to help raise awareness.
The reason we're here is definitely to support what they're doing with autism, Coach Skerry and his family, to give them the opportunity to create awareness around this cause that they really hold close to their heart. and he feels like it's something that can be conquered, something that if people know about it, they can all work together to help ease it. We'll work with our creative team and make up something that makes that day that they're really trying to focus on unique. For Towson, it was autism. So with the blues and the puzzle pattern that stands for autism, you know, we took all those elements that are autism and Towson and tried to merge them together.
It's been an unbelievably humbling and overwhelming response across America.
Pat and Herrion called about doing this. Everybody's like, we're all for it. One thing I think we do as college coaches is we rally around good things, and this was a good thing to do.
You know, there's a saying, you know, autism speaks. Well, college basketball coaches are listening.
Increased education, understanding, and awareness were the main goals of Autism Awareness Day in college basketball.
For people to understand what autism is, and so that families with autism feel that maybe other people understand them, and elected officials listen to them when they say we need support, we need help.
I really hope people's fear of autism can diminish. So I just hope that this is an arm opening, teach me about who you are if you have autism, and let me learn how to be a part of your world. So that's what I hope that this will do.
We've got a niche and a platform as being fortunate to be Division I basketball coaches. This is just a way to bring some attention to it. This has been a great start. It's the traction because of people like yourself in the media. It's really taken off, and we're going to be able to grow this thing and I think figure out in next year how to raise some serious money for it.
After the outpouring of support they received from the college basketball community, the coaches plan to improve and expand the event next year in hopes of raising both awareness and funds for the cause that proved such a success in 2014.